Welcome, viewers, to Bodhi Unified Flow. I'm Dr. Mari Muthu, your host. Here, we simplify complexity and amplify performance. And today, we're going to tackle a really fundamental question in personal finance. Why is just saving your money? Well, why is it no longer enough? We're going to break down the hidden forces that are eating away at your cash and show you the proven path to building real, lasting wealth. Let's just start with this one powerful idea. What if the money you're so careful to put aside is actually becoming weaker, day by day, without you even noticing? You see, there's a silent force at work that affects every single one of us, and understanding it is the absolute first step towards taking control. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the problem itself. Why just saving is a flawed strategy. Then we'll unmask the villain of our story, inflation. After that, we'll get to the good stuff, the solution, which is investing, and the magic behind how it grows wealth, something called compounding. And finally, we'll touch on where you can invest and how to build a really solid foundation for your financial future. Now, my goal here is simple. By the end of our time together, you'll not only get why investing is so critical, but you'll also understand the core principles of how it all works. I want you to walk away from this feeling empowered to take the next step. Okay, let's dive right in. Let's talk about the first financial lesson most of us ever learn. Save your money. Put it in the bank. It's the responsible thing to do, right? It's safe. But is it really getting you where you need to go? Now, let me be absolutely clear. Saving is essential. You need an emergency fund. You need cash for stability, for those curveballs life throws at you, and for goals that are just around the corner. But, and this is a big but, when you start talking about your long-term future, like retirement, saving by itself just won't cut it. It's fighting a battle it's designed to lose, all because of one very powerful enemy. And that enemy is inflation. You know, people call it a hidden tax, and that's a perfect description. It's this silent thief that's constantly, day and night, chipping away at the value of your hard-earned money. So what is it exactly? Well, in the simplest terms, inflation just means that your 100 rupees tomorrow will buy you less stuff than your 100 rupees today. Think about it. Remember what a plate of pav bhaji used to cost 5 or 10 years ago? The price has gone up, right? The rupee note in your wallet hasn't changed, but its power, what it can actually buy, has gone down. And here's the thing, this isn't random. The Reserve Bank of India actually has a target for inflation. They aim for it to be between 4 and 6%. Now, think about that for a second. The official goal is for your money to lose about 5% of its value every year. Now, what does your savings account pay you? Maybe 3%, 4% if you're lucky? You see the problem? If your money isn't growing faster than inflation, you are effectively getting poorer every single year. So, just how big of the deal is this? Let's stop talking in percentages and look at what this means in real money terms. Let's quantify this shocking difference between just saving and actually investing. Okay, let's imagine a pretty typical person. We'll call her Priya. She's 30 years old, she's disciplined, and she saves 20,000 rupees every single month. We'll assume she gets a decent 10% salary hike each year, but her expenses also go up by 8%. That's inflation doing its thing. She plans to do this for 20 years. And the results, well, they're nothing short of stunning. Look at this. If Priya just saves that money in a bank account, after 20 years, she'll have about 1.8 crore rupees. Not bad, right? But what if she had invested that same money, earning a pretty reasonable 12% average annual return? Her final amount would be over 4.27 crore rupees. That difference is staggering. It's more than double. And that right there is the whole point. Saving is passive. It's just parking your money. Investing is active. It's about putting your money to work, letting it generate more money, and creating wealth that blows past inflation. So what is this magic that creates such a massive gap? It's not magic at all, actually. It's pure mathematics. And it's called compounding. You might have heard it called the eighth wonder of the world. And honestly, it really is the engine of wealth creation. This quote just nails it. Compounding is simply your returns earning their own returns. Think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, but as it rolls, it picks up more snow, getting bigger and bigger, faster and faster. And the most important ingredient for that snowball isn't how big it is to start, it's the length of the hill. It's time.
Let me show you a really powerful example of this. I call it the procrastination tax. We've got two people. Our early starter begins investing at age 25, just 5,000 rupees a month. Our late starter waits 10 years, until age 35, but to make up for it, they invest 3 times as much, 15,000 a month. Now look at the total amount they each put in. The late starter actually invests more money overall.
So who ends up with more? It's not even close. The early starter, despite investing 6 lakhs less, ends up with almost 50 lakh rupees. The late starter, only about 34 lakhs. That 16 lakh rupee difference, that is the procrastination tax. It is the massive, irreversible price you pay for delay. It proves, without a doubt, that starting early with a little is way more powerful than starting late with a lot. Okay, so by now I hope you're convinced why you need to invest to beat inflation and to harness this incredible power of compounding. The next logical question is, well, where? Where do you put your money to make it work? At a high level, you've got a few main buckets. You've got physical things like precious metals, think gold and silver. You have real estate, buying property. And then you have financial assets, which is a huge category that includes things like stocks, which is owning a tiny piece of a company, and bonds, where you're basically lending money to a government or a big corporation. Now, each of these has a different personality, a different balance between risk and potential reward. Things like bonds are generally lower risk, but they give you lower returns. Real estate can be great, but you can't sell it in 5 minutes if you need the cash. And then you have stocks or equities. Historically, they have offered the highest potential for growth over the long run, but they also come with more short-term ups and downs, what we call volatility. So with all these options, how do you actually get started on the right foot? Well, it's not about trying to pick the next hot stock. It's about building a solid, unshakable foundation first. And this is maybe the most important point of the entire explainer. Before you invest aggressively, you must protect yourself. Think of your financial life like building a house. You wouldn't put up the walls before laying the foundation, would you? Insurance, both health and life insurance, is that foundation. It's not an investment. It's a non-negotiable expense that protects your single greatest asset, your ability to get up every day and earn an income. Once that foundation is secure, the rest boils down to these 4 simple, powerful pillars. 1. Start early. We've seen why. Let time do the heavy lifting for you. 2. Diversify. It's just the old saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. 3. Protect yourself, that foundation of insurance we just talked about. And 4, stay the course. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Wealth is built through patience and consistency, not by timing the market. So let's bring it all home. We've seen that saving cash is a losing game against inflation. We've learned that investing is the engine that drives real growth, fueled by the power of compounding. We've discovered that time is your greatest superpower, and starting early is far more important than starting big. And most importantly, you must build your financial house on a rock-solid foundation of protection. Knowledge is great, but it's useless without action. So I'll leave you with a question, a challenge. What is one single step, no matter how small, that you will take today to start owning your financial future? Thank you for joining us on Bodhi Unified Flow. The information in this presentation was sourced from materials provided by Zerodha Varsity, Investor.gov, and other financial education platforms.